My name is Ashadrick Kapasa. I'm a businessman. We are agents of a few mines in DRC, in Congo. My complaints are, I supplied some gold to a pastor in South Africa, Pastor Shepard Bushiri, 2 years ago. He got the gold. He called me to come and collect the money in South Africa, and he changed the story. He had me arrested. He connived with the police. They arrested me that I have swindled him money, and he couldn't show the proof. But meantime, he got the gold, and he told me to come and collect the money in South Africa. When I got to South Africa, he had me arrested for 8 months. I wasn't alone. We were 4 of us. When we got there from last year, myself, I spent 8 months in prison in Sun City. It was all over media. I'm not accusing anybody. I've got enough proof to show what I'm talking about. Bushiri came to my office in Zambia. We had a meeting. I've got the pictures. I've got the footage of everything. The only thing I want is the South African government to help me to recover the money from this guy. For me, I don't care about how people they are praising him to be their pastor. According to me, he is a crook and he got my money and I want it. And I'm not going to stop here. I will make sure that my money is recovered. He made me arrest. He arrested innocent people, these 3 guys that are seated with me. If he can see, he knows the faces and he knows what he did to these innocent people. He kept them in prison for 1 year plus. So really, if now that the South African system it has allowed to make sure that this guy is now on board and is going to face charges, he needs to pay back my money and he needs to compensate these people for arresting them for 1 year without them knowing anything. Like I said, I will not stop here. What I want is the money for the goods that he got. I've got all the proof. I've got the pictures. I've got the emails. I've got the messages from his phone and my phone. So it's not that there was a mediator between me and him. What he did was, he told me to go to South Africa. When you arrive, you call me. When I arrived in South Africa, I called him. He said, I'm a bit busy. I'll send my people to see you. Go to Michelangelo. That's when we went to Michelangelo. He said, okay, wait there for an hour. The money will be coming. When we were waiting for the money, it's the time that the police came and they arrested me for fraud. And I am not a fraudster. What I want is my money. He knows where he got the things and he knows how he shipped. I've got the information, even the time that he came with his jet in Zambia. I've got everything. So if he's going to prove, or if he wants to say no, I've got enough proof to prove what I'm saying. What I want is the money, and that's all. So I'm appealing to the South African government. I need help. Because this guy, according to me, he told me I cannot do anything to him. He's untouchable. If I step my foot in South Africa, he will kill me. Currently that we are talking, my passport is blocked. I cannot go to South Africa. I have got a ticket which I will show. I went to the airport in Zambia. I checked in. They refused that the South African government have refused you to go in South Africa. So I cannot even step my foot there. The reason, he knows why he did that. After he got the money, he paid people so that I cannot go to South Africa to claim my money. So this is the only way. I think if I can go on media and speak to people, it's the only time the message will reach him, because I'm unable to go to South Africa. If anybody can go and scan my passport, you'll see that I am blocked. I cannot go to South Africa.
So my question is, you earlier indicated that this happened 2 years ago. You got arrested, and soon after you came out, what other efforts did you make, and how much worth was the gold that you supplied to him?
The gold was 500 kgs. It was worth $16 million, according to the agreement that we agreed, because I was selling him at $32,000 per kg times 500. I have got the proof of his wife holding my gold, the gold that they are posting on media that they were smuggling in South Africa. That is my consignment, and the wife knows very well. I've got more photos of more than what you are seeing on the media. That is his wife. His wife flew here. I've got pictures of him, myself, and his wife. I've got pictures of him and myself in his house in South Africa. I've got everything.
Also ask the kind of effort. What efforts did you make after that to try and address the situation?
The only effort I was making is to make sure that I'm released. Even my embassy in South Africa, they know. You can ask his Honorable Emmanuel Mwamba. He used to come to court also to follow up the case to make sure that we are treated fairly. And when we came out, I got threats that I'm going to be killed. I must make sure that I leave South Africa. I went to Pretoria at the embassy. I was given, because they caught my passport. They refused to give me the passport. So I went to the embassy. I got the traveling document. It's the one that I flew in with from South Africa to Zambia. From then, when I got the ticket, I wanted to go back and push to see if I can see other authorities for help. I found that I'm blocked in the South African system. I can't enter. So it's the only effort I've done. So if I am not allowed to go to South Africa, the only way I can is to go through media to make sure that everything is handled accordingly. I will testify to you that I've got pictures that Bushiri came to see me, and I've got evidence that shows that I gave Bushiri the goods that I'm talking about. And I've got evidence that I stayed in prison for 8 months in South Africa. Why I was arrested, I don't know. The only thing is I got acquitted at the court, commercial crime court where I was. They acquitted me. They said, we don't have evidence that really Bushiri gave you the money that he's claiming. And yourselves, what we have seen is you don't have a problem. You can go back to your country. So if really I'm claiming, there is no way I can claim the court, there is no way I can claim the documents, everything that I'm talking to you. If you can ask, Sun City is the prison in South Africa. My record and my names are there. I was in prison for 8 months. I have a contract that we signed. It wasn't a street business. We signed the contract. When I got to South Africa, he told me we should go to the South African High Court in Pretoria. We should go and have the contract notarized, which he sent me with his people. We had the contract notarized and the invoice were raised for him to pay the money. So he said, okay, the only way I'm not going to manage to pay you, will you come here so we can have the contract notarized and everything. That's what made me to go to South Africa. Without knowing that, for me, I thought I'm going to see a businessman who came, and I have supplied. Anywhere when you supply goods, you don't get money first. You supply the goods and then you get the money after. If it was a cash transaction, I would have told him to come with the money and then we exchange. But it was a contract. I worked according to how everybody works. And any company, we don't do cash business in such transactions. It was all over media. There is no Zambian that doesn't know what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm unable to work. There are few people that I'm doing business with. Those people who trust me, because if you go on Google, you Google my names, you'll find he has paid people, he has put that me, I'm a scammer. So anybody who's doing business with my company, if they go online, they check that, no, me, I defrauded Bushiri money, and they cannot work with me. So what I'm telling you, if you can go online, you check everything, you'll see enough proof. My advice is they should not trust the guy. If he's a businessman, let him do business in a proper way. He should stop injuring people. He should stop. I cannot say no, people shouldn't deal with them, because I don't know other transactions that he does with people. But where commodities are concerned, they should make sure they should take necessary measures to see that this person they are dealing with has got a background of what he has done to people. They must be very careful, because he's not somebody that you can trust with anything. I'll be honest with you. Concerning what I want from Bushiri, I do not expect any Zambian who goes to Bushiri's church to comment. Because the only people I will see, it's them and not Bushiri. Because as it is now, I cannot see Bushiri. So whoever, I am not warning them and it's not a threat. I am advising them to just keep quiet and let the law take its course. Because no matter what they are going to write on media, no matter insults they are going to put, it will not help them. It will only make sure it will put their prophets in problems. Because I'm not going to end here, like I said. I will use all necessary measures. If it means we should go to the International Criminal Court, which we think all of us will be taken there, I am willing to do that.
My name is Daniel Pili. I was together with Mr. Rapasa there in prison. we got arrested like he told you. We spent for us, the three of us, we spent like 1 year. Yeah, we spent like 1 year, but according to what we used to stay inside there, it was just okay. There was nothing like torturing us, no. Yeah.
How was the experience?
No, being a man, you have to understand the situation, then you move on.
And how did you manage to come out?
Because they didn't find anything on us. Yeah, according to the investigation they made. So they just said, you guys, you are free to go. But me, the only thing that I got shocked at was that why the man of God can do that, such a thing. That was my main word. So even the guys who are following Bushiri here, I'm not saying that maybe they should stop or what, but according to what they believe on him, with me, it's different. Because he was a man of God. And I don't think the man of God can do that.
I have a lot of hate with him. And even him carrying a Bible while going around getting people's money, it's a shame. It is a big shame. Like I was saying, I am not claiming. I've got something, if you can check. This is Honorable Emmanuel Mwamba and myself. This was the day that I got released. I think he even gave a press briefing. This is Bushiri in my office and myself. He was wearing a blue jacket and I'm the one in a grey suit. These are his two men. This guy, his name is Duncan Otieno, and myself there at the South African High Court. This is their lawyer at the High Court who notarized the contract that, okay, the contract has been signed, everything is ready for the money to be paid. This is Joseph Mudolo. This is the guy that who was claiming that he gave me the money, 10.3 million rands, cash that Bushiri sent him to give me, which I did not see. This is Bushiri and myself in my office. And this is my uncle. That is my other business partner. This is Bushiri and myself at my office. This was in Zambia. It wasn't in South Africa because he followed me here. Those are the pictures. So there is nothing that we are claiming. I was not going to get pictures that he must pray for me. This is myself again with Bushiri. I was showing him things on my computer, trying to show him what we work and what we supply. So for me, I didn't go to ask for prophecy or anything. So what I wanted was just the business that we were doing and which he proved. I've got the other documents that are showing where me and myself and himself, where we were exchanging our messages and everything. So I did not, there is nothing that I'm claiming. The number that I have that I was talking to him on is the Malawian number, which I will take out the messages and everything, will print and will show it to the media. So people can follow our conversation from when he was coming to Zambia, he was starting off coming to Zambia, when he arrived and when he went, when he told me, okay, the money is ready, you can come to South Africa. So for me, when anybody who is going to say, no, Bushiri is a man of God, for me, he's not a man of God, he's a fraud. And those people who are saying, no, he's a man of God, they are lying, they are not lying. If I can come from Zambia and say what I'm saying now, then you must know what we are dealing with. To be honest, I'm only human.